Hi everyone. So I wanted to hop on and talk about my own experience of being at a crossroads and feeling stuck. So for me, it was 7 years ago that I decided that I really wanted to make a change in my life. So I didn't know what that looked like. There was some stigma around going to a psychologist because I felt like, there was something wrong with me. So I was really resistant to any forward movement in the personal development world. It wasn't until enough was enough and I'd got to a point of feeling more depressed and anxious every day of my life, going to a job that did not satisfy me, and also being in a relationship where there was a lot of conflict. And I realized I needed to do something. So what I did is I went to see a doctor who had a counseling background. And I went in and I said, look, I'm feeling depressed and anxious, and I feel like I need to go on antidepressants or some sort of medication. And the doctor looked at me and said, how is your life? Like, what's your career like at the moment? What's your home life like at the moment? Your relationships? And, I had to be honest at that point and said, well, I'm actually not happy in my career, and in my relationship we have a lot of conflict. And she looked at me and she said, well, I'm not going to give you any medication until you work on those things in your life and then come back, and if you're still feeling the way that you feel now, then we can talk about potentially going on some sort of medication. Now, that was a huge relief for me, because I realized in that moment that I could do something about my life, something about my situation that felt more powerful than taking medication. I do believe that medication has its place and it can be used as a tool, but for me it was very empowering to hear, oh, you know what, you can actually do something about this, and then we can decide whether medication's for you. So this doctor was an angel. I was so pleased with that. She also explained to me how past experiences in my upbringing have impacted me as an adult, which I had no idea at the time that was the case. I sort of thought, well, I've been independent from my parents since I was 18. They couldn't possibly be influencing my life today. So to get an understanding of how they did influence how they do influence where I am today was really crucial in moving forward and deciding what I wanted to do with my life after seeing this doctor. The only thing that was missing from seeing this doctor, so I went back to see her again because I was like, well, what do I do now? What do I do with this information? Now I'm aware that these things are impacting my life in the way of, like, the symptom is anxiety and depression and conflict in my relationship. Where do I go from here? Now, she couldn't give me those answers because it wasn't her area of expertise. And she did sort of send me in the direction of an NLP practitioner, and I approached him, but I didn't hear back from him. So I was a little bit stuck around, well, who do I see? Where do I go with where I'm at that moment? And so I didn't know that, like, there was holistic counselors out there. I didn't know about this world of therapy. I didn't know that there was coaches out there that could help me. So what I did is I decided to go study a year of psychology just to see if I liked it. Well, I actually thought I would study it for the whole time. So I moved to Sydney and studied psychology. Now, I had saved a fair bit of money in the work that I already did as an environmental scientist. So I used a lot of this money to try to sort of navigate this world of, okay, I'll make some changes. I'll move away. I'll quit my job, move away and make these changes to improve my life, like the doctor has said. But again, I did not do the inner work. I didn't see a therapist. I didn't see a counselor or a coach to help me navigate my emotional state, and how that impacts the action I take, my energetic state, and also why I do what I do, what motivates me, what demotivates me, what my values are. So without knowing all this information, I just took action, and I continue to take action and reach out for what I wanted. And so this is why I'm so passionate about the work that I do, the inner work, because what I realized for myself, and I know everyone has an individual process around this, which is a part of the work that I do, is follow your individual process. But what I knew for myself was that I had very low self-worth, low confidence, and I was looking for validation external from me. And so I would continue to reach out for certainty rather than create it within myself. As soon as I started to create it within myself, my life changed, my state changed, my health changed. I signed up for a gym. I left a relationship that wasn't healthy for me. I moved to a state that has lots of sun and swimming because I love the heat. So I changed my life, and it wasn't overnight, but what I started with was the inner work, and from there changes happened. I'm not saying it's easy. What I am saying is that it's crucial to live in alignment and to live a more content and happier life. So if this resonates with you and where you're at, and you would like some support to get the clarity and direction, I would love to see you at Unstuck, navigating life's crossroads with confidence and clarity, or you can approach me for a one-on-one session. Have a great day.